Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shetler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
The Watch Your Opera House in Watch Your, Iowa presents a tribute to Sir Elton John by David Kaye this Saturday, April 26th from 7 to 9 p.m. Tickets for a tribute to Sir Elton John are $30 for adults, $15 for 18 and under. Purchase at the door or online at watchyouraoperahouse.org. David Kaye rocks Elton's piano, vocal, and costumes, including sparkling eyeglasses. Popcorn, pop, and water will be served during the show, plus Grand Ranch will be serving food and drinks. Get your tickets for the Elton John tribute featuring David Kaye this Saturday at the Watch Your Opera House. Get ready because Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys are coming to Sigourney on Saturday, April 26th at Enchanted Events, 20595 255th Street, just south of Sigourney. Order your tickets online by going to enchantedeventsvenue.com or find the Enchanted Events Facebook page for the ticket links. There are 3 different ticket options: general admission, VIP, or reserve. Doors open at 7 and the cash bar and band starts at 8. It's Tyler Richardson and the High Bank Boys, Saturday, April 26th at Enchanted Events, just south of Sigourney. The band 3 Buck Chuck is coming to the Keswick Tavern this Saturday, April 26th from 8 to 11 p.m. No cover charge. Plus, a special treat this Saturday night are the celebrity bartenders. It's the past 4 owners of the Keswick Tavern: Anthony, Max, Shauna, and Jim. It's going to be a great time this Saturday, April 26th from 8 to 11 p.m. 3 Buck Chuck and the celebrity bartenders live at the Keswick Tavern at 117 South Iron Street in Keswick. Experience Oskaloosa presents Ladies Night Out, Friday, April 25th from 4 to 8 p.m. Ladies, if you're ready for an unforgettable night out, join us for an exciting evening of fun, laughter, and amazing prizes. Hop from one location to the next and enter the drawing at each stop when you make a purchase. Participating stores are Paula J's, Maurice's, Hunky Dory, G&G Pronto, Rosso and Wine, Heritage Salon, Brushed by Jude, Shop Gen Miracle, Studio Oski, Untamed Nutrition, LaRue & Co. Boutique, Hunter's Gift and Coffee Cafe, Stepping Stones Eagle's Nest, Stella's Salon and Boutique at their new location, and Mahaska Drug, which closes at 7. It's Ladies Night Out, Friday, April 25th from 4 to 8 p.m. in downtown Oskaloosa. Go to Experience Oskaloosa Events on Facebook for complete information.
Welcome back to the show!
Welcome back to the show!
And now, your hosts of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Champions of the World, the Wizard CZ, and Never Wrong Nick Bull.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special live and late edition of the Card Subject to Change podcast, the podcast by the fan for the fan. Of course, we are powered by Lopez Pizza, built by Durham Remodeling, colored by Ryan and Allison Tattoo, and protected by Jared Duke Country Financial. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we're going to talk about WrestleMania Night 1 and Stand and Deliver here in a few moments. Just want to welcome everybody aboard. Hello, I'm Never Wrong Nick Bull. We're live from the Highview Lounge and Studios in beautiful Illinois. Not too far from the Quad Cities. I'd be remiss if I did not mention my tag team partner. 2 places over from me. He is the co-champ of the For Frequency's Sake Tag Team Championship Network. He is the one. He is the only. He is the Wizard. If we're going with accents. He is the Wizard CZ. Wiz, how you doing, bud?
Man, I am doing great. The hardest working wizard in professional wrestling podcasting. The only professional wizard in professional wrestling podcasting. I'm feeling good. We just got through night 1 of Mania. Stand and Deliver earlier today. What a hell of a show. And of course, we've got to bring in, he's sitting right in the middle of your screen in the big orange No, that is not a prison jumpsuit.
He's
He does
having
not-
a card subject to change sandwich.
I'm about to be taken to France in a multitude of ways.
Easy there.
Just don't high five over the top. of
We
me while
won't.
We're doing this.
Okay.
How's it going, boys? How are we doing? Second year in a row that we've done this.
Doing great. This was one of our most highly rated shows last year from the fan polling we took at the end of the year. So wanted to do it again. Of course, it's kind of a pain when WrestleMania and Easter all like they do.
I never remember Easter being so late in April.
I know. But I'll be a good boy. I'll be there in the morning with the family of 5 will be there. But we're here to break down Mania Night 1. And, it was a really, I don't know if it's the better card of the 2 nights, but I think, everybody is excited for Night 1 to kick off. I don't know. I don't know if it's a better card than tomorrow night.
You mean on paper?
Yeah, on paper. Yes, of course.
Can I compare?
Because last year we had Night 1 of 40, and it was better on paper, but we all know what night was better when you watched it, and it was Night 2.
Right.
So I'm wondering if we're going to get that effect.
That's what I was going to say. I remember last year we sat in this lovely lounge together, the 3 of us, and we were upset because Night 1 really fell short. Like the Gunther Sammy match was cool. The main event was great. The tag team match,
Jimmy and Jay was
awful, and we all knew it would be awful.
Why did you bring that up?
We all didn't know it would be awful.
Okay, I'm sorry. I knew it
We
would be
all
awful.
let down.
That's fair.
I think
Probably.
everybody was let down at how awful it was. I mean, no
Yes.
one was expecting a 5-star classic, but I thought, man, these guys have chemistry. They're freaking brothers.
Yeah. So, but
Brett and Owen Hart never had a bad match against each other.
that's a great point. Tonight,
Sorry, I'm a Brett Mark.
to compare, though, in a way, tonight I wouldn't say was as underwhelming as last year's Night 1, but we did end tonight probably even in a better way. Like the tag team match last year was really cool, but the main event of tonight's show was superb. It even blew my expectations for what I thought it would be out of the water. And I know there were points in the night where I was being negative. I was kind of worried that it would be way more aura farming and that it was. But they actually delivered. Roman Reigns clocked the F in tonight to work. And the match was, to steal a rambunctious word that they used to use to compare shows, it was, I forgot the word. Stupendous. It was a stupendous match. That was the word I was going to use.
I was going to ask you guys, where does this main event line up with like the past, let's go 6 years of Mania, because to me, this match exceeded my expectations.
Like since they've done or just let's say like since they started the 2 night manias.
Post-COVID.
Yeah, since they started the 2 night manias.
Count COVID Mania.
Yeah.
So 37 on.
So you're saying I can't compare this match to the Firefly Funhouse match?
Was that a main event?
That was the last match of night. No, never mind. That was night 2. That was the co-main
You're
event on
thinking
night
of
2.
the Boneyard
The
match.
Boneyard match was the main event of night 1.
And that was 37.
That was 36 night 1.
That was Mania.
That was
Yeah,
COVID Mania.
Yeah.
So what was the main event of 37?
Night 1 was the main event was Sasha and Bianca, which I thought was amazing.
Okay.
Night 2 was the triple threat, Roman, Edge, and Dragon, and that was also amazing. 38 night 1 was KO and Steve Austin. Night 2 was Brock and Roman. And then 39 night 1 was the tag match, incredible. Night 2, Cody Roman won. And then last year,
Incredible.
yeah, the tag match, and then Cody Roman 2 tonight. So the main events have been really good when you actually break down all the 2 night manias. This one, I don't know, CZ, what do you think? Where would you stash this one in the in that repertoire? Which when you actually just break down the main events, it's pretty hard to. I mean, they've been pretty good with them.
That's really a tough call, because it they've all been so good, the main events, and this one, like you said, Nick, I was expecting it to be decent, but not as good as it was. And I'll give a shout out real quick to our good friend Heather. Thank you for watching. Yeet. We will get to that in a little bit.
We can hate the result and hate, which we'll talk about in a little bit, hate the match, but be happy for Jay.
Absolutely, it was. We'll get to it in a little bit. It was a better match than what it should have been, and what it could have been a lot worse. But we'll get there in a second. Go ahead, CZ.
Let me just rip the Band-Aid off right now because I'm going to go off of what Heather left in the comments. She said that Rollins does not need the Pulrus. That's how she said Walrus. I'm going to go further and say Pulrus. I don't know that I fully agree with that because while he doesn't need Paul Heyman, he benefits the most from having Paul Heyman coming out of this match.
I think he benefits the most, and it is a great twist. Heather, I'll try to sell you on it if you're listening home. And thank you for listening, by the way. Tuning in here to Card Subject to Change, a live and late night edition.
Card After Dark.
Card After Dark, live and in living color.
Live and in living color. Look at my eyes. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah,
But-
keep it to that because we don't want to get canceled
We can't get
for
canceled.
copyright
We
infringement.
can't get canceled. But anyways, this is going to be extraordinary. If you just kind of look at it, this was a three-way fork in the road, and all three of these guys had to cross paths. And they all three had beef with each other. You know, my knock on it wasn't for anything.
Right.
But you know what? It was the main event of a Mania, and I was looking forward to the match because I like all three guys, and I think they all work well together. To me, this was a very tightly worked triple threat match. There wasn't a lot of slop.
No, not at all.
No.
So that kept me more intrigued.
Yeah, the triple threat matches
There
that are
was-
the best
I
is
mean,
when
there-
there's no
when I
it's all
say-
filler, no filler.
When I say slop, like extended outside the ring, you know, breaking down of tables and stuff, that's what I mean. And there wasn't a lot of that. And it was a lot of in ring.
They had the one moment where Seth and Punk went into the crowd, and then Roman jumped over the barricade. That was short-lived.
Very short, but that came back. That's okay. That's okay.
And there was the moment where Roman power bombed both his opponents through their respective tables, but he brought was it Rollins? Or
Yeah,
Punk?
right back. He brought Rollins right back in.
Rollins
the
right back in the
I
ring.
just really liked it. Like these three really worked well together.
Yes, they did.
Is it the greatest match at Mania ever? I don't know. Maybe it lands in a top 10 someday, a top 15, but I don't. It entertained me. It was great.
Yeah, me too.
It was great, and I think when you look back at this card, and I think I'll make the statement later in the show, but I'll just make it now that this match, the triple threat, which we're talking about, and the match that preceded it, Charlotte and Tiffany, saved this card.
That's a fair take.
Yeah, I can live with that.
And it's not to say this card was bad, but those two matches will forever be linked with this night, and in my opinion, carried the show. I will get to a match of the night much later here after we break everything down, but I was just, once again, my expectations were exceeded. Yeah. Okay. We're crying out loud. Living Color played Punk to the ring for the second time in a Mania. Unbelievable. Neon lights.
Punk rock.
Nobel Prize.
You're
Okay.
you're getting close to getting us canceled, Nick.
Punk-
All I wanted to do.
Punk looked. I mean, look in his eyes. What do you see?
It.
Now and Punk rocked the. My memory is bad in a good way, which I remember way too much. It's bad sometimes because I feel bad from knowing so much. It's my brain. It's the bald spot is from my brain deteriorating my hair. Punk rocked not the same gray sweatshirt. He wore a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu hoodie at WrestleMania 29 when he was played out by Living Color, but he was rocking a gray hoodie. I was trying to find out what the callback to the. I don't know if he was trying to do a callback with the all yellow gear, but I was trying to remember if there was a big.
Remember his all yellow gear.
I saw someone say on Twitter, the bird X, the box, whatever you want to call it these days. They said he was wearing the yellow gear when he cut the pipe bomb, and I was like,